In the deep green heart of the world, where the air is thick with the breath of life itself, dawn does not arrive with a shout. It seeps in, a slow, gentle lightening from black to grey to 1,000 shades of green. And in this moment of becoming, so too does a new life. Her name is Sammy. And just 2 hours ago, she became a mother. Watch now. In the high canopy, a shadow moves, slow, deliberate, cradling something precious against her chest. This is the first journey, the most vulnerable pilgrimage, from the private world of the birth nest down into the community of the family. Branch by branch, Sammy descends. Her every muscle is a cradle. Her arms are not just for climbing, they are a fortress, a warm cave of fur and heartbeat. And nestled within them, her child, 2 hours old. The world is still a blur of scent and sound and the unwavering warmth of its mother. She settles at the base of the great tree dot. Exhaustion is a weight upon her, but it is overcome by a stronger force, a fierce, quiet attention. For the first time, she allows the little one to peek from the safety of her embrace. A tiny, wrinkled face, eyes still sealed shut, turns vaguely toward the warmth of the dawning sun. Sammy looks not at the forest, but at her child seeing the forest. She is the first world her child will ever know, and now she begins to share the second. With a tenderness that could bend time, she grooms her newborn. Each stroke of her tongue is a word in a silent language. It says, "You are here. You are mine. You are clean. You are loved." This is not just hygiene. It is the first conversation, the mapping of a new soul onto a mother's heart. And now, the community stirs. Word of a new arrival travels not by sound, but by a change in the very air, a new scent, a new energy. One by one, they come. Sammy's sisters, her aunts, her cousins, the team. They do not rush Dot. They approach with a deep simian respect. They sit at a respectful distance, their eyes soft. One of Sammy's closest sisters is the first to come close Dot. She does not reach for the infant. Instead, she reaches for Sammy, a gentle hand on her shoulder, a careful grooming of Sammy's weary back. This is the first lesson of this family. To care for the new mother is to care for the child. The visitor looks at the tiny bundle, her expression one of awe. She offers a soft chirp, a monkey's blessing. Sammy, understanding this ancient protocol, shifts just slightly. She shows her child, not giving it away but presenting it. "See," her posture says. "See what we have made?" This is their celebration, Dot. Not with noise, but with touch. Not with feast, but with service. They groom Sammy's fur, matted from the ordeal of birth. They share her silent vigil. Their presence is a cocoon of safety, allowing her exhausted body a moment to simply be. In their quiet company, Sammy finds the strength she didn't know she had left. As the sun climbs, Sammy moves to a sun-dappled spot, a soft bed of moss and fallen leaves, a place of easier access and greater comfort. And now, the next generation arrives. Sammy's firstborn daughter, herself barely more than a juvenile, approaches. Her curiosity is boundless, but her movements are instinctively careful. She sits, her nose twitching, staring at the tiny, squirming sibling. Her eyes are filled not with jealousy, but with a dawning wonder. This is where she came from, this tiny, impossible creature. And then, Jonah, the daughter of Jane, Sammy's friend, arrives. She sits companionably beside Sammy, a young auntie offering her steady, quiet presence. Look at this scene. The new mother, the curious sister, the young friend. It is a living portrait of how knowledge is passed on, how care is learned. Every soft touch Sammy gives her infant, every adjustment she makes is watched. It is an education in love. And then wisdom approaches. Scarlet, Sammy's mother, the matriarch. Her fur is touched with grey. Her movements speak of a lifetime in these trees. She comes not just as a grandmother, but as a mother herself, for she too carries new life within her, pregnant with another link in this unbroken chain. She doesn't just look at her grandchild, Dot. She inspects. With a gentle, knowing hand, she touches the infant's back, checks its tiny limbs. She gives a soft grunt of approval. Then, she turns her attention to her daughter. She grooms Sammy's head with a long, slow, rhythmic stroke. It is the same gesture she used when Sammy was the infant, a timeless loop of comfort. You did well, my child. Now rest. I am here. Scarlet settles heavily beside Sammy, a solid, warm presence. The ambient sounds feel safer, more secure. Fed and content, the newborn becomes curious. In the safe harbor of its mother's lap, it raises its wobbly head. It cannot see yet, but it senses light and shadow, the smell of earth, of green, of family. Sammy watches this first exploration as if witnessing a miracle. Her arms, though tired, remain a perfect circle around her child. She allows the looking, but not the wandering. This is her sacred duty now, to be the boundary between her vulnerable young and the vast, wonderful, dangerous world. Every time she shifts, every time the infant stirs, her first instinct is to pull it close, to reconnect that tiny body to the steady drum of her heart. She is its universe, and she holds its orbit tight. The day softens. The golden light of late afternoon filters through the canopy, painting everything in long, gentle shadows. The exhaustion of birth is a tide that returns, and Sammy's eyelids grow heavy. But before sleep claims her, a gift. A younger member of the troop approaches, a ripe golden mango held carefully in hand. It is placed gently on the ground before Sammy, not a demand, but an offering. Sammy accepts it slowly. The sweet, rich scent is a burst of energy. She eats, the nourishment flowing into milk, into strength. This mango is more than food. It is the community's contract. We see your work, we support your life, so you may support his. As dusk settles its blanket over the forest, Sammy gathers her child one final time. The infant sleeps, a deep, trusting sleep against her chest. Sammy's own eyes close. But even in sleep, her hands are cupped around her newborn. Scarlet, the grandmother, remains a dark, protective silhouette beside them. Two hours have become a day. A single cell has become a member of a tribe. A mother has been born alongside her child. And here, in the deepening dark, all that exists is this: the rise and fall of two chests, slowly sinking to one rhythm, the soft sigh of the trees, and the unspoken ancient promise that echoes from heart to heart, from generation to generation. The promise that says, you are not alone, you are held.